Yeah, what's up? What's good? What's happening? Welcome to the King and Me Show. I'm one half of this thing, King.
Hey y'all, it's me, Michelle. How y'all doing?
And we are in full effect here, where we at the King and Me Show attempt to offer a real outlook on a healthy relationship. Real being relatable,
Entertaining,
accountable.
loving.
Bring out the calendar, baby, because we got something that we got to showcase. It is the last month of the year, the longest year in history.
My goodness gracious, this year done had like 475,000 days in it.
Absolutely. So flip our calendar over and let me try to guess what we were doing December of 2024.
And because I made this last year, we both didn't be guessing because I don't remember what it is either.
All right, let's take a look.
Bam.
Oh, we're just in the house.
Yeah.
I got a freshly shaven head.
It was a recording day. Well, it was a Monday. It was a live day.
And you giving my bald, shaved forehead, side head a kiss. Yes. Not quite as shaved as the last time, but
That's
you know
still
what?
Sexy.
Hey, thank you, baby.
Okay, let's go.
All right, today's live video is going to be Reddit. We are going to come to Reddit. We're going to take a look and see if we could offer some advice in the best way that we know how and allow y'all, the viewers, to look at some of these questions and provide a solution yourself. So let's just jump right into it.
Reddit reads. Let's go.
Michelle has not seen any of these.
Not seen any of
And to
them.
be honest with you, outside of the title, I had neither. So this is going to be a fresh one. We're going to go for about 40 or so odd minutes.
Okay.
And let's just jump right into it. So, grieving dead parents and boyfriend wants sex. My dad recently just passed away, and my boyfriend, who is normally very, very kind to me, has been wanting sex. Bow chicka bow bow. He recently lost his best friend too, and wants to get intimate to feel close to me, but I'm grieving differently. I lost my dad 2 days ago, and he's been saying that no sex in a relationship at all is a deal breaker to him. He realized that it was kind of a crappy thing to say, so he took it back and told me that I'm worth it and he'll wait 6 months if he has to. That's a lie.
He put a time limit on that thing. Ooh, he lying.
He just hopes it doesn't take that long. He typically has a very high libido, and I have a very low one already on top of that this morning. After he said that, I've been feeling inadequate to him. I want my affection and my kisses to be enough for the time being because I am in no sexual mood whatsoever. I've been depressed because me and my dad were really close. I'm afraid he'll leave me if I don't sleep with him within 6 months, but he's assured me he won't and that we'd get through this together. What can I do? Michelle, give me your thoughts.
Ouch. Ooh. That's a tough one because I kind of understand where both of them are coming from. On the one hand, like that's kind of similar to how we are when we're sick. I understand that some people, everyone grieves differently. So you have the boyfriend who the way that he grieves is through intimacy, being close to someone. And then you have the girlfriend who she grieves through the exact opposite. She don't want no intimacy whatsoever. Is there a right way? Is there a wrong way? No, but you do have to respect the wishes of the lowest common denominator. The lowest common denominator in this case would be the girlfriend who does not want it because that's not how she grieves. And I feel like you have to respect that. And however, with him respecting that, she needs to understand that whether it's the right thing or not, he does still have wants and needs. And if you feel like you can't meet those needs, even though you're in a season of grieving, you should be grieving that relationship too, because he's already told you he's leaving in 6 months. The moment he put that time limit on it, he is leaving in 6 months, regardless of whether you change or not. He's mentally going to be out that door in 6 months.
I'm not sure how long they've been together. It seems like this is a fairly new relationship. I don't think he can wait 6 months.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's over. The relationship is over. The fact that he gave you a time limit ended that relationship. The moment he opened his mouth and said 6 months, that relationship was over. So that's another thing you need to grieve.
And you and I both already know that I don't know, come month 2, it's going to come back up again. And then she's going to be like, but you said 6 months. And he's going to be like, but I'm hard right now.
Clip that. Yes. But no, seriously. And I say that with anyone. The moment they give you a time stipulation, they have already checked out. They have already moved on. And they're giving you that time limitation, not for you, but for themselves. They're giving themselves that time period to be able to grieve the relationship. But respectfully, if he gave you that time limit, he's already moved on. And he's not wrong. You're not wrong. I understand where both of them are coming from. Again, like I said, when you're sick, you don't want to be around people. When I'm sick, I want to be around you. If we're sick together, it'll be the similar situation. I'm going to want intimacy. You're not going to want intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of us right and the other one wrong? No. But we do have to respect the lowest common denominator. And in that case, the person who does not want that level of intimacy is considered the lowest common denominator. You got to respect those wishes.
Yep. Now, it's one of those things that let's swing the other way. Let's say she does go 6 months and then she still doesn't have those intimacy desires in the way that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
How should they go about doing that? I think it's simple. You break up.
I would 100% agree with you. Respectfully, I agree with you. This isn't a but. I agree with you. However, the moment he opened his mouth and formed his lips to say that he was giving her an ultimatum, he should have just broke up with her.
Okay.
It would have seemed really, really crappy, but is giving her an ultimatum any better? Like, they're both still very crappy. You should have just broken up with her in that moment. And you can't be afraid of that. You have to be willing to stand 10 toes down on how you feel about something.
Absolutely. Now, this next one, I want you to read. So you've got the floor.
A girl sent me 2 selfies before going to sleep. A girl I'm talking to sent me a selfie of her and her cleavage was noticeable. I did not mention it. I just told her she was cute. Then she said, were they cute? To which I said, I did not say they. I said, you are cute, but you have cute eyes and nice eyebrows. And then she sent a second selfie showing mostly her cleavage. But then I erased it quickly. That was a hint.
But then erased it quickly.
Oh, my bad. But then erased it quickly. That was a hint, right? Edit. Up to this point, we had not talked about anything sexual. So that is why I did not go there on the first pick.
I think that was an invitation, although I believe that he wasn't the only one that got that invitation, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. And I wouldn't disagree. What I would say is she was definitely inviting you to do a little freaky sneaky with her. However, how do I put this? Women, be more direct. Like, if that is legitimately what you want, then outright say it. Because if he's saying that y'all never had that type of conversation to go down that path, please don't think that men are mind readers. If that is what you desire, you should open your mouth and say that. Closed mouths don't get fed. Not today, not tomorrow, not any time in history. Open your mouth and say that. Say that that is what you're interested in. You're interested in taking the relationship to another level, one that he will clearly understand. Don't speak in innuendos in that moment. Nope. Flat out say what you were desiring.
I will say, however, that the moment that she said, were they cute? Even I, who have a hard time reading flirtatious comings, unless somebody were to say, I think you're sexy, let's go out. Like, people legit have to be that direct with me.
I think you're sexy, let's go out.
Okay.
Okay.
She did open the door that even, I don't think it was mind reading at that point, especially when she said, but are they cute? In that moment, that is taking a hint and running with it. The door was kicked open for you then, and even I could read that. You should have taken advantage of it. I think that this is a lesson learned. I've recapped something that I missed initially, and I was like, oh yeah, that was a clear invitation.
But then on the flip side, he may not be into her. Because if you came, respectfully, you came to Reddit to voice that. And you're not saying, in your edit, hey, she was hot, but we had never gone there before. Maybe he's just not that into her. And he complimented her on her eyes and her eyebrows. What do my eyebrows look like?
Like you
don't
went
know.
to war.
Thanks. Thank you.
My bad.
Like I went to war. Okay.
My bad, babe.
I don't think he's that into her. Like, I think that was the response of someone who's just not that into you.
Okay. The next one I'm going to read here and then have you start us off.
So are we doing like every other? Is that what this is?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Fancy.
Ooh, women who shoot their shot versus women who don't. Why? This is something that you've got some experience on. So,
call me Kobe up in these streets.
Kobe, I'm curious because I feel like as a woman, many of us wait for men to show interest or make the first move. If you ever approached a man first, what happened? Was it positive, negative, awkward, successful? And for the women who don't approach first, what holds you back? Pride, fear of rejection, wanting to be pursued, or something else? I'm asking because parts of me want to reach out to this guy, but the other part of me hates the idea of initiating anything with a man. I'd like to hear your real experiences and perspectives. You have the floor as a woman.
Let me tell you how I am Steph Curry, Kobe, Michael, Magic, LeBron. I'm all of them out in these streets, okay? Shoot your shot, sis. Didn't I just say closed mouths don't get fed?
Closed mouths don't get fed.
When I met King, we were at a party where we both knew that we were there to get set up with one another. He and I were playing games in front of everyone. I had to leave and I was ready to exchange telephone numbers with him. I was expecting him at some point to pull me aside so that we could exchange telephone numbers. I walked outside the house. King did not approach me.
I was like, deuces, nice to meet you.
So I called the host who had set this whole thing up and I was like, is he interested in me or not? Like, what's going on? I'm going to stand out here and wait. She talked to King. King came outside. We chatted up. We exchanged telephone numbers. If I had not, hear me clearly, if I had not called that woman and said, what's up, what's going on, we would not be here today.
Nope.
You got to shoot your shot, sis. You do not know what can happen unless you try. The worst thing that you can ever encounter is a no. Okay, move on. I watched this YouTube video, a video that I share with other people. This YouTube video of this guy who did 100 days of rejection. He went out and he did something every single day. And when he got a no, he took it and he just continued to build and learn how to heal and mend from that no. One day he got a no, and that no came with an explanation. And once he got that explanation, he was better able to understand what to do to get a yes from people going forward. Take the no. If it comes with a no, take the yes. If it comes with a yes, but you won't know unless you try.
I'll add this as a man from a guy's standpoint.
This is a man's world.
It is rare that most men will hear that the lady shot their shot. And just from my own eyes, for the people that I know that, like, I've talked to them as couples and they were like, hey, look, she was the more aggressive one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those relationships are still together. So
that gives us hope.
Looks like the odds are in your favor.
Kobe.
All right. Let's see what we got up next here and bring this up. Let's go with this one. Need my producer to get this up on the screen faster. Start producing, producer. All right. Girlfriend ended things. I didn't respond. My bad.
Too long, don't read. Girlfriend ended things over text. I didn't respond. I don't know what to do. Little bit of a quick backstory. I dated this girl 2 years ago for 3 months and she ended things with me over text. She stated that she had too much going on, work, kids, etc. I ended up text her okay. And then the next day I told her I fell for her pretty hard.
No.
And I really enjoyed our time together. She replied back and said she did too. And she really meant it when she said that she was falling in love with me. But at this moment in time, she could not love me to the fullest. 2 years went by and she messaged me on a dating app. She asked me how I've been and we caught up a bit, and then asked if I was open to it. She would want to maybe try again. She stated that I was one of the nicest guys she's ever met and that our chemistry was crazy good. I agreed and decided to give her another chance, mainly because we didn't have any bad times, no fights, all good things, and I really did fall for her. 3 months flew by. We went on a few dates. We went out of town for a weekend together. A lot of fun stuff. Then on the weekend, she was venting about some family drama. I didn't want to say anything bad, so I was just comforting her. She said it seemed like I wasn't interested in what she was saying. I wasn't putting in effort. Maybe I wasn't. I wasn't trying to overstep since it was family drama. So Saturday and Sunday got a bit weird with how she was acting. This morning, Monday, she texted me, I can't do this. I'm so sorry. I say, can't do what? This whole relationship. It's me. Me, not you. I literally can't. I have too much. I'm so sorry for wasting your time. I'm so sorry for being this way. I did not and have not replied. I'm so crazy about her, but I don't think saying anything will help, especially since she did this last time. Literally came out of nowhere both times. Any advice would be appreciated. I'm a move while he lets the steam loose.
First of all, you were her emotional tampon this second time around. You were her emotional tampon both times.
Okay, so men no like holds
this,
barred.
Men like this need to stop. Stop. That is a young woman who doesn't know what she wants. And you are a young man that is just doing everything that this uncouth young woman, you're at the whims of her emotions. I am also going to add that during the time that y'all went together, she was still getting her cheeks clapped. Period. Think about that. People don't want to open up their eyes to this kind of stuff, but we're not going to hold things back about what the world actually is doing. Open your eyes, man. She's going to do that too. If you allowed her to, which it seems like you would allow this young woman to do that again and use you. Get what she wants from you and then play the hot cold game again. This also sounds like somebody that, how do I say this? Because I'm not trying to make it sound bad. Mentally is not all there. If you want to try to get in a relationship with somebody who doesn't understand themselves, you are on their roller coaster ride through all the ups and downs when you don't need to. Drop her and move on. I can't say that any more plainly.
I will just add this. The moment you sent what was that part at the beginning? He said, I ended up texting her, it's okay. And then the next day, I told her I felt pretty hard for her. No, there shouldn't have been a next day. First of all, I find it very disrespectful to have some conversations via text message. There are some conversations that if you can't do a face-to-face, at the bare minimum, require a phone call. And that's at the bare minimum. Like a text message is to do difficult things, I think is the most disrespectful thing that you can do.
These youngins don't operate that way though. This is a young person.
I don't care. I'm not even sorry. I don't care. There's still a level of respect. There's still a level of maturity. There are some things that we just need to start teaching again as we're looking at workforce employment. You do not do things like this via text message. That's immature. And if that is the behavior that someone exhibits with you, then end it with them, because that's immature behavior and it should not be tolerated under any shape, form. No. I think that's absolutely disrespectful, and no.
Okay. Next one up here, and I've found a way to do this fast. The producer found a way to do this faster.
Smart producer.
All right, this one's me, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. I asked him not to look, and he did anyways. I, 21-year-old female, have been seeing a guy who's 19 for almost 2 months now. I've been sick and decided to take a bath after work. The guy I've been seeing came into the bathroom to sit with me. I only had my head visible out of the shower curtain. I told him many times, do not move the shower curtain. I don't feel well, and I don't want to be exposed right now. I'm very ill and just started my period. I stated this to him multiple times, and she put that in capital letters. At first, he thought it was funny, but I reassured him I was very serious, implying it was a boundary that I'm placing at the moment and to respect it. We move on and are having a great conversation when out of nowhere, for no reason, he rips the shower curtain open. I immediately sat up, shocked and embarrassed that he had just done that. He laughs and says, this is an issue I need to get over with. I've only ever dated older men, but he's been the nicest to me so far. I'm so embarrassed at the moment, and I'm going to scream at him probably, because actually, screw him. Here's the thing. You set that boundary, you reinstated it multiple times, and he crossed that boundary. That is something right there you cannot tolerate. Because if you set intentional boundaries and you state it, and that person takes that line, steps over it, and then looks at you like, what? They're going to do it again and again and again, because they do not respect you. This is a one-time thing that you don't get a second chance from. Not with me.
I would agree with that. While I don't understand how she's feeling, I will say that if you said that and his response was to laugh, he is immature. Women mature mentally. This is a statistically proven fact. Women mature faster than men. You were 21 dating a 19-year-old, which means he is mentally not there yet. Sis, let it go. You need to go ahead and end this. There is no reason why someone should disrespect your boundary like that.
Okay. Next one up is you.
Is trial sex before dating / a relationship a requirement now? I keep hearing men say this to me a lot. They don't want to wait for a relationship to have sex, or they want to see sexual compatibility before getting into a relationship or even dating. And I am clear on my profiles that I am demisexual and not into I'm not into casual sex or hookups. It seems like a bunch of mental gymnastic mind tricks, all to try to get hookups from women who say they don't want hookups. I'm not giving free trials to my body like a Costco. Why can't people into casual or hookups date other people into casual and hookups? Why do they seem hell bent on converting those who specify they don't want this? I'm not even approved for wanting or waiting for marriage, but I do want to be with someone sincere who actually gets to know me and fall in love with each other, and that is consistent in dating with intention to find commitment in a lifelong partner. Is this all that dating is now? I just want to give up and be forever alone if this is the dating culture now. The thing is a relationship is free. There is no contract. If things don't work out or the sex isn't compatible, then it's okay to break up and move on, but they don't even want the title.
Look, starting out, plain and simple, a majority of people are into hookups and things like that. That's my observation anyway. So if you're looking at yourself being the one that's exclusive, then the thing is you said that, you stated it out front. And if they are into you, then they will honor that until y'all both come together and decide that y'all want to break that barrier and go forth. Now, if one is getting impatient because they want it, even though you might have said that earlier, then you know that that's not the person that was willing to honor that. And you should just be like, this isn't working out. I don't think that you should take yourself off the market just for that. You're putting yourself out there, and because odds are higher that more are not demisexual or maybe even understand what that means, then I can imagine that it can be frustrating. But if you take yourself off the market completely, then you're removing your odds of finding what it is that you desire, because it seems like you desire a relationship where you got to put yourself out there in order to try to find that.
And I'll just say this. We kind of talked about this last week on our show, that you can't say everyone is like this until you've dated everyone. You have not. You've been on maybe one or two dating apps. Maybe try flat out saying that. Maybe try meeting people in person. Maybe try a different market to try to meet people. But saying everyone is casting a wide net, and you have not. You have not tried everyone. But also, says if you don't want to do that, then don't do that. Plain and simple. Move on to the next person, but don't completely give up. You haven't tried everyone yet.
Okay. You're up.
I just read.
Oh, it happened again. A guy who was looking for a woman with no kids has kids. So yeah, this happened. The guy didn't mention his kids on his profile, not even the first date. It wasn't until the second date that he said it. The kicker, he had a requirement in his profile that the woman herself didn't have kids. I don't have kids, and I also don't want kids, especially someone else's. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but I'm not going to be a stepmom at 27. Oh boy, I'm just tired at this point. Look, that requirement right there, I don't see nothing wrong. I don't even find that to be an unpopular opinion. I also would want to reiterate that if that is something that you desire, have that on your profile up front. It's still not going to completely eliminate or weed out men that are going to try to manipulate you to try to get something out of you because maybe they like what they see and think that they could get you to change your mind. But I think that they should definitely that she should just definitely be frustrated.
I get it, sis. There will come a point in time where you are going to be with men who are of a certain age and they do have kids. And the assumption is flat out that they do have kids. If you do not want kids at all, ever, never, ever do you, then you need to flat out ask that on the first date. Disregard whatever they put on their profile. Ask that on the first date or as you're scheduling. Do you have children? Point blank, period. You're not interested in kids. You don't want them. State that. Again, closed mouths don't get fed. Please open up and say immediately what you do not want, and that's okay. We know someone who outlined what he was looking for before he went and found his wife, and he outlined that he was looking for a wife and that she needed to have these particular qualities. And you know what? He got 80% of what he was asking for. If you're not saying anything, that's exactly what you're going to get. Nothing.
Bet. Next up here, we've got maybe time for one or two more.
Did I show too much interest after a first date? Went on a first date last night. We cuddled a lot, got good physical chemistry, and she even showed me her schedule and said she'd text me more after and we should keep contact and go out again. When she got home, she messaged me.
So there's a picture.
Oh.
And I think that it's good to do this.
I'm home. You should check out the review. Nice. I will for sure. And happy seeing you today. We should go out again.
Right. And it looks like that was it. So let's go back.
I replied with 3 messages in a row saying I had fun and we should go out again. She opened it around 10 p.m. hasn't replied since. And it's been almost a day. Did I come on too strong? Or she just lost interest, so I should move on? I don't know if you came on too strong or not. What I will say is this. Fall back a little bit. Sometimes you just need to be pursued, male or female. Don't put too much into it. Just do the initial, I'm good, it was fun, and then just let it ride. I feel like I did this once and it backfired, but hey, whatever. That backfiring led to the two of us getting together. So I'll take it. Maybe you'll meet your right person afterwards, but you did probably limit it to one message.
You should absolutely limit it to one message. And in that one message, be direct, reciprocate, and be honest about how you felt. And in that same message, 2 sentences. Hey, I had a good time as well. Let's do it again. XYZ. Just immediately set up the next date on forward to show that you're it, and you've put the ball back in that person's court to respond. And I'm going to say this, somebody that has high interest, they're going to respond longer than 24 hours.
In less than.
Correct. I'm sorry. Thank you. In less than 24 hours. If they don't prioritize your time for somebody that's not prioritizing their time for you. It's that simple. I think people overcomplicate dating. There is a lot to it, but don't overcomplicate it. Take things at face value and keep it simple. Use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. All right. The next one here, is this me or you?
I think it's you.
All right. How long is this? This is too long. That's too long. We got to go to a different one. All right. I guess we'll end on this one. Should I date a homeless girl? I actually found a girl that I really like. She's pretty and loves to do stuff with me. I really think it's a girl worth dating, but one problem, she is homeless. I really don't know, should I still date her? First of all, are you 16? This is written like somebody that's under the age of 18. Why would you want to date a homeless girl? There are plenty of housed peace leave out there that you could go out and get into without dating somebody that's homeless. First of all, why is she homeless? Let's start there. Chances are she's homeless because she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
That's not fair.
I am going to say that. Tell me of a pretty woman that is homeless, and I'll tell you somebody that is either cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
This was written 7 hours ago. Do you know what this year has entailed? It could have been a rough year for her. He didn't give any other information. It could have just been a really rough year for her. And first of all, the definition of homeless or unhoused means that you don't have your own place to live. That could mean that you are like you're sleeping on someone's couch. Technically, that's homelessness. That could mean that you're living in a hotel. That's homelessness. That doesn't just mean that you were living on the streets, because he didn't say living on the streets. He said homeless. So unhoused, that just means that you don't have your own place.
Okay, well, this unhoused individual and him, if it gets serious, then what? Are you comfortable? Do you have your own place that you can say, you know what? I like you. Let's throw a title on this and come in and move with me. I actually don't have any advice for somebody that wrote this, because this seems like a person that's under the age of 18. And if you're over the age of 18 and you're writing this, man, go live life. This unhoused individual, to me, may not be worth your time. I'm just going to say it.
I'm not going to disagree with your final analysis, just the beginning part. She may be completely sane. See, that's what I'm saying. Is she crashing at different friends or relatives' places? Because that is considered homelessness. The definition of homelessness, that is included in there.
One of the other people wrote here, if you are able to date her with the understanding that you aren't obligated to stay with her just because she relies on you, then go for it. But her becoming basically a dependent, and then you being stuck with her because she would guilt trip you about ending up being homeless again, would be my worry. 100,000%.
Right. Like I get that. I would completely agree with that person. I think it all depends on many things. Can you person be in a relationship with her? And if things don't work out, you're fine with her no longer residing with you or depending on you. If you can't say that you could do that, then no, you should not pursue that. Bro, why are coffee dates hated so much? Coffee dates are so versatile that they virtually fix all of modern dating issues in one nice, neat way. Women worried about safety, boom. You're in a high traffic public place surrounded by people. Guys worried about paying too much on the first date, boom. Even if you buy your dates coffee or pastries, you're looking at what? No more than $30 spent? It's a nice quick meet up. Both of y'all can easily meet at this place and or leave too much without hassle. Leave too without hassle. They're low key and have a nice atmosphere. You can easily chat and get to know one another in the same way you would share a fancy meal. So why are they hating so much? I've seen women cite lack of effort, but it's the first day. LOL. You are strangers. This is the perfect place to break the ice. It's low pressure. You don't have to overexert yourself. You can easily just unwind after work and relax with your date, or you can meet for brunch and bam, see where things go from there.
Look, if you broke, just say that. Ain't that what they say?
That's not what this one says, but okay.
Yeah, if you broke, just say that. Look, 98% of men are fine with coffee dates. I don't look at it as low effort. I look at it as I don't know you. Now, my advice though is to quite simply offer up something that you would have enjoyed yourself anyway. If that is coffee, great. If you wanted to go have a meal, just don't do it to impress somebody. You got to eat already. So if you're going to go to some place, pick a place that you enjoy. If you're the one paying, if you're going 50-50, then it can be more of a negotiation. But I'm telling people, don't negotiate with somebody if you're the one paying on the first date. You pick the spot, show up. If y'all click, great. If not, you were already going to a place that you wanted to do anyway. If you were the one that was going to be paying for everything, do not allow these people to finesse you out of Mastros or Fogo de Chao on a first date. What do you have to add to this one?
So I must have been with the 2% because I remember that I met a guy on Hinge. It was the only person I connected with on Hinge and went on a date with because I was only on Hinge for a total of like 48 hours. I met him. We agreed. I spoke with him on the Sunday. We agreed to go out on the Tuesday, and he wanted to go out to dinner, but I'm vegan and I have had issues with going out on first dates with guys when I'm vegan. So I was like, well, why don't we just meet up and have coffee? And I promise you, I think he was low-key very offended that I said I wanted to do that. So in saying that, we met up, we did have the coffee. And I probably, maybe texted a little bit too much afterwards, just, hey, just wanted to make sure you got home safely or that you're safe or whatever. But he never responded to me. Never, ever, ever
At
responded
all?
to me. Never. Not a single word. Like, didn't even respond to say that he had gotten home safely.
Dang.
And I'm just like, I'm sorry. I agree with this post. Like, I'm meeting up with someone new. I met this person on Hinge. I'm like, I'd rather not feel obligated to you for a dinner. And if we had gone out to dinner, first of all, I was going to pick a vegan restaurant. And then second of all, I was going to pay my own tab. So which one is more offensive? Me saying, let's go to a coffee spot and you pay for that, or me saying, well, let's go to this vegan restaurant and I am going to pay for my own tab because I don't want you to have any leverage over me. Coffee is nice. Coffee is nice. It is a safe place. It should be tolerated more. I do not agree with this idea that the first date, the first time you're meeting someone, has to be this big expensive thing no matter who is paying. I do not believe in that in any way, shape, or form. And I stand 10 toes down on that. Go for coffee.
Say more about what do you mean by I don't want you to have leverage over me.
I don't want a guy to come back and say, well, I took you to this place, or to even come on Reddit and be like, I took this woman to this place on our first date and now she doesn't want to date me anymore. Like, I don't want you to have any leverage, any say over me at all. So I'd rather keep things even keel. I'd rather you be able to say that you bought me a venti hot chocolate from Starbucks with some oat milk and it set you back about like $5 versus you saying that you spent 40 some odd dollars for me, on me specifically at Planta, and now I don't want to date you anymore. Like, I know that's just a $35 difference, but to me, like, that means everything because I have seen men, I have even at one point, dated men who felt like I owed them something, like they were obligated to something because they paid for me to have a meal. You're not. You're not entitled to anything. I don't owe you anything because you wanted to take me out for a meal.
I asked you about obligation, but I got confused because it sounded like, I'm sorry, I asked you about leverage, but it sounded like you were talking about obligation. Is leverage and obligation the same thing? Because for me, it's not.
It's not the same, but in that case, I didn't want it to be either. So I should have clarified. I didn't want it to be either.
All right. Next up here, let's share this tab. Walked out on a girl in bed who kept giving me mixed signals. I met this girl on Tinder. At first, she said she just wants to be friends. So we went out on a friendly date. And of course, here and there, I had a little bit of flirting in there. She's very attractive. We had fun and ended up enjoying time. Everything kind of clicked like we've known each other for years. Holy punctuation. Couldn't stop thinking about her for 3 days, was texting her a lot, but she's showing no interest. So I kind of just faded away and not reply. And then she hit up one night what I'm doing. We're doomed. I said nothing, so we ended up going out. Now this time I told myself I'm going for it and shooting my shot. We had an awesome night as like everything before clicked, and now we even shared secrets and personal stuff about us. We ended up in a bed at a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Next morning, we were both acting like we wanted this and to see where this go. Then all of a sudden, when we're about to have sex, she started acting weird and we should just be friends. So I left and told her that she should stop sending mixed messages. I just left because I couldn't stop trying to make a move on her. It felt like it was better for me to leave since I can't stop myself. Was that okay?
Child, first of all, how old are you? Like, you're not even old enough to be writing a complete. You have 3 sentences here, which should be a total of maybe like 15 because a paragraph is supposed to have 3 to 5 sentences, and you got 3 paragraphs on this page. Bro, you got 3 sentences. I don't think you're in a position to be dating. But let me just be really clear with what I'm saying. She did not want to have sex. It's a good thing you walked out and that you did not do anything because you might have been catching a case later for something that was misunderstood. Never, ever, ever put yourself in that situation. Who paid for the hotel room? Like, I'm legitimately saying this in a CYA type of situation, that it shouldn't have gone that far. When she didn't answer, like, I need men and women to get in the habit of when a person does not respond, move on. You need to, and the reason why I say that is because we need to stop thinking that it's okay to just leave people hanging and then pick them up whenever you want to. This is not an umbrella that you pick up on a rainy day or when you think it's about to rain. You can't just play with someone's feelings like that and then just hang them up on the hook and come back to them whenever you feel like it's the right time. Be serious about people. This day and age, some people do not respond well when you take advantage of them or when you just disregard them. So you need to treat everyone carefully, treat everyone kindly. Don't just treat them like a disregarded umbrella that you pick up whenever you think you need it. So walk away from this person and any other person who tries to treat you like you are a discarded umbrella.
The end question was that okay? The short answer is yes. What I'm not a fan of was you saying I left since I can't stop myself. And I think maybe you could have worded that differently. Maybe you were saying you felt like, had she stayed there, you stayed in the room, that you would have tried to do something if you felt like the signal was there. But it seemed like she was giving you that hot, cold, hot, cold. The worst thing that you could do is misinterpret a signal. They have that one poster that says like no means no and consent can be withdrawn. And that is a 100% factual statement. Now, I'm just going to say this. I'm thankful that I have not been in a position to where that has happened. And not because of frustrations or anything too crazy. I just think that it would mess with me in the moment to have somebody be hot and bothered. They give you all the signals that things are a go, and then they just go, I don't want to do this. completely okay to change their mind. And at that moment, it's a hard stop.
Right.
Hard stop.
Right.
I don't know how more simpler I can say that. Hard stop. You leaving, absolutely the right move. I would have left whether she was my ride or not. At that point, she could Uber her way back home if she was the way and the reason why you got there, or somebody can come and pick her up. You leaving was the right move. Was it okay? Absolutely. I would say look at it as a lesson learned.
100%.
Next up, I asked if I could kiss her. Her reaction. I went on a first date with the girl, and while we were sitting down and talking, I asked her if I could kiss her. She responded saying along the lines of, "Why did I ask her or feel like I had to ask?" I was surprised because I've been rejected trying to just go for it. Kiss, and I want consent more than anything. We were just talking about consent. We proceeded to kiss after she said that, and the kiss was fire. The rest of the date went well, and we were still talking, but I'm wondering if Ben should just go for the kiss anytime and not ask for consent, or keep asking. Just know some will be like, "Why are you asking?" And then edit. I guess a lot of people gave him advice, so he said, "Thanks for the advice." Michelle?
So I'm sorry. I was supposed to read this one. My bad. I'm sorry. I had a guy go for the kiss without asking me. That's not okay. It's not okay. No, I'm sorry. If the vibes are there, like if King and I had been sitting like this the whole night and I just keep inching closer and closer and closer and closer, sure, go for the kiss. But if we've been sitting apart the whole night, or if this is the first time I'm meeting you or something like that, then no. But if I don't give you any signals that it's okay, you need to open your mouth and ask.
Besides inching in and things like that, what are some other signals that men could use to know that the signal's there?
If a woman, aside from inching closer, if a woman is like playing with her lips, or some may flat out say, I would be open to a kiss. Maybe that's something that y'all had talked about before going out on the date. You could also, if you're meeting someone for the first time and you all have had a written communication, you can ask that, like, how do you feel about being kissed on the first date? If the vibe is there, how do you feel about that type of stuff? Get the consent before, and then that's even better because you got the consent in writing, so you can take that and go with it. But I feel you need consent. You do. We are in a time where women verbally rescind things that they had verbally agreed to before, and it's just a CYA measure to get that consent.
The only thing that I'll add to this one is I had one person ask me afterwards why I didn't kiss her. And when I went back and I replayed everything, I'm a cautious guy. I got back into the dating realm after the whole Me Too movement. And I'm like, I'm not trying to get caught up. And while I don't necessarily read signals the best, when I replayed, there were no flirtations. We never broke the touch barrier.
Mm-hmm.
I had a hard thing of let the lady be the one to break the touch barrier first. If she doesn't, be respectful of that. Just be mindful. Continue about the date. So I was confused when she came back and asked me that. And I said, hey, I didn't see any signals or any opportunity from you. And she said, well, next time. And there wasn't a next time.
I had someone kiss me on the first date. It wasn't okay. Girl says she would tolerate my height. I was having a great conversation with a girl on the dating app. She's 5'1". Everything was going great. Then I realized I forgot to ask her if she's cool with my height. I'm 5'3". I know this is probably controversial, but I like to ask because a lot of women are not cool with dating a 5'3" guy. And sometimes they don't see it written clearly on my profile. Anyway, when I asked her, she started making jokes about it and sort of dodging and not giving a clear answer. She said her ex was actually 5'3" too. But she didn't like his height and only tolerated it. So she also said I should be lying if I would be lying if I said I liked your height. This didn't really sit well with me. I don't want to be settled for or a big part of my physical being just tolerated. I want them to not care at all or even like it. I think given how much rejection I face for my height, it would make sense for my partner to at least have no issues with it or like it. What do you guys think? Am I wrong for this? I ended up rejecting her.
Oh, all right. Look, 5'3" for a guy is short. And I'm not that tall myself. Let me put it out there. I'm 67.5 inches. That translates to 5'7.5". I round up to say 5'8".
Oh gosh.
Michelle is taller than me. I've never cared in my life about the fact that I wasn't, quote unquote, the average height for an American male. I've never cared about it. I've never led with it. I have been rejected for it.
Really?
Yes. I was in a DMV dating group on Facebook, and you don't have your profile,
height. Yeah.
sorry, like your height like that. It's more of a introduce yourself to the group with a photo type thing, yada yada. Mm-hmm. So I had somebody send me a DM on Facebook, reach out to me. We were talking. Now, let me lead with this. I was not attracted to this woman at all before she rejected me for my height. I was being friendly, and then she eventually said or asked, "How tall are you?" I was honest about my height, and then crickets after that. Mm-hmm. Absolute crickets. Now, was I upset or mad that she totally had disregarded me because of my height? Nope. She missed out on her blessing.
She missed it. I caught it. Come on now. Come on now.
So the thing that I did sort of kind of feel some type of way about, I would have preferred a straight up, you know what? You got to be this tall to ride this ride type of a message, instead of a, you reached out to me. The conversation's going great because I think I'm a decent conversationalist. And then for you to ask the question and then go silent afterwards. Mm-hmm. Like, she asked the question and I didn't follow it up with the, is that okay? Or anything like that, or how tall are you? Because I don't care. When she asked, I answered, and then I followed up with an unrelated question about something that we were talking about earlier. And then nothing. That was jacked up to me. But for about 0.5 seconds, I cared until I didn't. So to you, you ended up rejecting her. There's nothing wrong with that. I do think, though, that you have a unique, I'm not going to call it a problem. There's something about you that you can't fix. Don't ever be tolerated by anything. The moment that you heard or used the word tolerate, or that it was said to you, you just end it right there. There is no coming back from that. Not in my book.
Agreed. I think 100% you should not accept that. Don't settle for it. Don't ever be settled for. And you did the right thing by rejecting her. Good on you.
Okay. Well, this has been another episode of the King and Me Show. If you have not hit that like button yet, then do us a favor. See that thing that's scrolling down there? Hit the like button. Help us out on the algorithms. I have a hard time saying, how you say that word?
Algorithm.
I just like to hear you say it.
I know you do. You're a mess. You are a mess.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. Hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving last week. Thanks for tuning in. We out. Peace. See ya.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
Wait.
Oh.
He forgot something.
Uh-oh.
So this hoodie, because I know you like it. Mm-hmm. thekingandmeshow.com. And then if you like mine, Joy Comes in the Morning, godhappenedtome.com. So don't forget to check our description box and go to our link tree and be able to check out these websites and get some cool merch just for you. They are warm, they are cozy, and they increase, and this is a guarantee promise. They don't hold me to that, because this is not a legally binding guarantee promise, but they definitely boost the cutability of the person that's wearing it. So he was already very, very cute, very handsome. But now that he's in this hoodie made by The King and Me Show, he's extra cute now. So much so that he gets a kiss. And, we're coming up on that Christmas time. Who needs a mistletoe when you can get this hoodie and get a kiss? Bam!
I like it. Very good. See, there's a reason why I like this woman.
Because I'm in this hoodie. I'm in the sweatshirt. It's a sweatshirt, right?
Yep.
It's totally the sweatshirt.
I got a compliment on this actually at the
did?
store. What store was it? Doesn't matter. All right, we out.
See, you want compliments? You want to kiss someone? Skip the mistletoe. Go to thekingandmeshow.com and get you some merch.
Which is the same link that's in this post threaded. Peace.